Hey, it's Trevor Louie back. We're in Cabbagetown today, Old Toronto, and it is a cold one, but we got a wicked episode. But before we start, today, Kid and Play. That's right, Kid and Play. I got 2015 Collector Edition Air Jordan 40s with Spike Lee, and I got Kenny the Jet on my socks. Anyway, today's gonna be cool. We're gonna talk hip hop, we're gonna talk movies, we're gonna talk kicks, and we're gonna talk kicks, hip hop, and movies with a good friend, Stephen Mann from Mann Casting. So let's go check it out. Yo, here we are. We're sitting outside a jet fuel. This is like the spot for coffee in Cabbagetown. And here I am with my man, Stephen Mann from Mann Casting.
He's doing
a little Java. It's Sunday.
Yeah,
it's cold as shit.
Yeah, it is.
But we're going to walk through Cabbagetown because this is a hidden gem, man. This is like old Toronto. How long have you been living in this area, man?
I've been in this hood for about 6 years, I'd say, 6-7 years. I love it.
It's a really nice place. We love it because we have our restaurant here, and it's got a great sense of community.
Yeah.
So it's a nice local community of Toronto. So let's take a little walk through and I'm gonna talk shop. We are literally like 4 blocks from Yonge Street, the world's longest street. And if you live on the west side, it'd be hard pressed to find someone who will travel past Yonge Street.
Yeah.
And the same could be said for east siders going the other side, right?
East siders love their east side, and west siders love their west side.
It's kind of like hip hop, right?
Kind of like hip hop.
It's kind of like Tupac and Biggie. Yo, what's up, bro? Except most people don't know Tupac is actually from New York.
And Biggie is actually from Cabbagetown.
That's right. That's right. Right. It is the world's largest concentration of Victorian townhomes. Do you know that? You didn't know that,
I
right?
didn't know that.
You didn't know that. And you live in one.
I do live in one.
And do you know why they call it Cabbagetown?
No, because people eat a lot of cabbage.
Well, yes, in a way. Back during the famine, the original settlers here were Irish. And you know that the most fertile farmland is actually in southwestern Ontario, is in the Toronto area. They actually used to grow cabbage on their lawns. It's interesting how Stephen and I met. He was just a guy that came in and heard about us because we played hip hop.
Yeah, it got me there.
I believe you told me you're not into the Asian food thing, but you're into hip hop, and
Yeah.
that's what brought you to our restaurant.
No doubt.
And then that's how we started our conversation.
Yeah.
And here we are today.
Listen to me, baby.
You don't have any Chinese calligraphy.
I don't. Marcus Canby does, but I don't. So let me ask you, where does the hip hop influence come from? Like, where obviously you love the music, you love the culture, but for you to open up a rextaurant with that theme,
A lot of what we do in our lives is inspired by our childhood. So growing up in Flemington Park and Rexdale, hip hop had a huge influence for us. And you know, we felt when we did a restaurant that it's a total experience. It's not just about food, it's not just about a location, you have to have a story. And my partner, I thought that a big component of our lifestyle is the story of hip hop. And we grew up with it, so why not integrate it? And you know, there were some questions on whether or not urban hip hop lifestyle would work in the heart of Cabbagetown. But it's been amazing, the response in terms of how many people are closet hip hop heads, man. So yeah, it works. It really does. We're gonna do some shimmy shimmy yeah, and we're gonna do a sure shot skillet. We make eating fun here. There was a moment this summer for me where we actually shared, and it was almost like the precipice of where we did what we did in our lives and had the ability to afford to do the things in life that we wanted to do. And it was standing on stage at the beer fest. And it was Meth and Red on stage. You were on one side and I was on the other, and then Sock came out and then Choclair came out, and it was kind of like all the worlds met at that one moment, man.
Yeah.
And I looked out to the crowd and people were jumping up and down. I was like, shit, man, this is like my childhood all over again, but we were there in the moment.
that was a really special night. I mean, the fact that I grew up on Redman especially, and I got to meet him and Meth, and they were the nicest dudes. And being there with Choclair, being there with my friends and Socrates, and being on stage, and then like seeing you was just like small fucking world.
As you know, I love sneakers. There's an intricate connection between hip hop and sneakers, and you are now in the sneaker business.
Yeah.
You are in this hip hop sneaker business, right?
This is all new to me. I'm a casting director, and but this is all brand new. But it's been a labor of love. But we're now in retail. We're in Sunrise Records. We're in 5 locations across Canada.
We call this a sure shot skillet, so we got a couple of fried eggs. In case you didn't know, I'm addicted to eggs. Fried chicken, sweet potato fries, and some challah bread.
There you go.
This is our shimmy shimmy yao, which is a very traditional Taiwanese dish. It's an onion pancake that we cover in egg and then give it some bacon and some greens and a special sauce, and we got some challah toast as well.
Nice.
So,
This fried chicken's incredible.
okay, there are no in-between answers. This is pretty black or white. Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh, come on, man. Jay-Z.